I dream of it, amongst the wild threads of history and the myriad of paths. My path saw the Imperium rise from the ashes left in the wake of the Great Revolt. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of the human mind. With that commandment, new avenues of human potential were explored. Mentats.
What's up, man? Welcome back to another awesome gameplay of Dune Awakening coming in for y'all, boy. Y'all truly Skeepressure gamers, man. Right now, man, we on the grind to get more success, so we gonna hop up in it. We ain't gonna waste no time. I think I spawned out in the deep desert yesterday. Listen to the radio.
No, but my whole family deserted me for old man Rashad's sample line, so I can take that to bed with me. Oh, I've been through his line twice. That cake is better than ever. Oh, thanks for the morale boost, mate. Yeah. I'm not too dry, not too moist, just right, is it? So,
Freaking
what do you say we
privateer.
make this a little more
Pillars on.
interesting? Wait, is that what I think it is? Well, that depends. Do you think it's the Flavor Enhancer 3000? Isn't it? Ooh, right on the money. Let's sprinkle some on. Not sure about this, Frank. That's why you got me around, Dove. I'm sure for the both of us.
Oh, that sandstorm looking might hit. Might not hit.
So sorry, honey.
For what? I haven't lost yet.
It's so cute that you think that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to announce the Golden Hat winner for this year's Spice Cake competition. And the winner is Dove Denick of Depot 12.
Did he just say Dove Denick of Depot 12?
He said Dove Denick of Depot 12.
Oh, we did it! We actually bloody did it!
Dad, you won!
Congratulations, Dove. We're just as shocked as you are.
Come around, all. There's enough for everyone to have a taste. The line starts behind my wife right there. And here's some for you, and you, Governor, and a big piece for you because I like the look of your face. One for you, little boy, and your mum.
Tell me, Dove, can we know your secret? I don't think it's an overstatement to say your cake achieves new dimensions in flavor. Did you put anything special in the mix this year?
Well, it's a lot. Why, yes, your judgeship, he did. In fact, the winning cake was baked with real spice and the Flavor Enhancer 3000.
Flavor what now?
Flavor Enhancer 3000! A new dimension in flavor, discovered and refined by yours truly, Franklin Munt.
I can't believe I'm saying this, Frank, but one of your harebrained inventions finally paid off. Oh my! What was that?
You okay, Mr. Judge?
Sorry, I don't know what came over me.
See, this is some titanium.
I forgot to tell you about that part. What part, Frank? In certain rare cases, it seems that the flavor enhancer 3000 may cause some gastrointestinal distress.
Certain
Rare cases, eh? Almost all the time.
In light of this new information, Dom, I'm afraid we cannot award you the Golden Hat.
Well, we didn't win, but at least we didn't do any permanent damage. Yeah, Dad, that's progress.
But you know what? All things considered, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, we did.
Another day, another Solari.
I always get these battery packs.
This is Dune man Keith Villari, reminding you to secure all guild equipment at first worm sign. My crew waited too long and lost both crawler and carryall to the Leviathan. We thought we'd landed the big bonus, but now it will take generations for our children and grandchildren to work off our debt to the guild. Be profitable. Be safe.
Dune, the battle for Arrakis.
titanium corner. We'll go out here, but ain't got no rockets. Would like a little bit more titanium, please?
The Combined Hornet Communinet Theater presents an Arakin Playhouse production of 5 Days at Carthage. Brought to you by the generous patronage of the Padishah Emperor and the tireless support of the Spice Miners Fellowship and Leisure Committee. And now, it's time to dim the lights and return with us to those fateful days before catastrophe came calling. It's part 4 of 5 Days at Carthage.
The Imperial Scenarist Guild has been provided unfettered access to the sealed records and testimonies of those who survived the Carthage incident. The following dramatization represents the official truth, as judged and signed by the Imperial Chamber Court and Audit Council.
So let us journey then to the burning sands of Arrakis, a desert planet in a far-flung corner of the known universe. The year is 10-1-94, and the war of assassins between House Atreides and their ancient enemy House Harkonnen is well underway. Once again, we join our story in the tunnels below the Great Carthage Amphitheater. After months of being overworked and forbidden from all vice, a massive cargo load of illicit alcohol has found its way into the city and flasks of the anxious capacity crowd.
What happened, Val? You've been gone forever.
More importantly, is it done?
It's done. I poisoned my boyhood idol, my father's boyhood idol. An old man at the end of his rope, just hanging on for one last time in the spotlight. One last bow.
Something bad happened.
Mom, my path back here took me through the main concourse, where I came face to face with a 20-meter hologram of you, Stisk. Then you, Zoe, Jingo, Max, and finally me.
No way. How can they be looking for us, Stisk?
Not just the Harkonnens, the Imperials as well. There's an alert on both communionets.
Don't worry about it. I've got it covered.
Bullshit, you've got it covered. They know we're here. It's a miracle none of them followed me back.
I said don't worry about it. In about 10 minutes, we're all gonna walk out of here together right through the main concourse.
You drinking your own supplies, Stisk? Our faces are probably spinning on every corner in the city by now.
There's security everywhere.
In 10 minutes, the authorities are gonna be too busy to even care about us.
What are you talking about? Too busy with what?
Too busy with the poor people of Carthage. So tired, so overworked, and forbidden from even a drop of the good stuff to ease their troubled minds.
Until we come in and drop a cargo load of paint stripper into the pent-up town.
They overindulge. But can you blame them? All that angst has to erupt somewhere. But what do you think's gonna happen when they learn their beloved hero is dead?
There's no way they could know. It just happened, and it takes a while for word to get out.
Not if someone's already putting that word out.
We told everyone, boss.
People were pissed.
And you'd be surprised how fast word spread.
They really love this Argus Fear guy. Who is he?
I already told you. He's the greatest bloody gladiator in the last 300 years.
I don't watch blood sports. I'm more of a Geops guy.
I predict a full-blown riot. 10 minutes tops.
That's how we're gonna walk out of here. Crowds all liquored up and pissed off. When they hear Argus Fear is dead, there's gonna be blood in the streets.
nearly impossible to track in the chaos. Oh, not just the crowd is liquored up. How about the whole damn city?
But how do they know it's us, Stisk?
The vault we hit with the containers of booze? I reported it all destroyed with the rest of Simpo.
But it wasn't destroyed. You lied to your own people.
Then we stole from them. What the hell, Stisk? And how did they find us so fast?
Our cover was blown the minute we hit Carthag airspace.
Impossible. Smuggler Ornis have standard issue transponder masking.
They do. But our cover wasn't blown by the Harks or the Imperials. It was blown by our own side. Of course they would recognize their own transponder mask.
What did you do to us, Stisk? We can never go home now.
Sorry, Val. If there was any other way...
Any other way to do what? Betray and steal from our own?
She doesn't care about the smugglers, Val. This is all about the Harkonnens.
That's right. The Baron and all his spawn can go to hell and take their city with them. Carthag can burn to the ground for all I care. Just like Simple.
Millions could die.
Or they could live. If they get out in time. Chance of my sister died.
What the blazes is the hold of Davros? This ground car hasn't moved in 10 minutes.
It's the crowd, sir. As you correctly surmised, they seem particularly agitated.
Blast it, man. I told you to take the back way and scan the main thoroughfares.
This is the back way, sir. Reports from all
What's good, Miller? Can't you bloody well see I'm working?
Oh, relax, dearest. The poor girl only said she has to...
Damn it. I told you all to go before we left. Davros, what do you suggest?
I have a cup, sir?
I'm asking about the mob, Davros. The angry, inebriated mob encircling us at this very moment.
Wait a second, sir. There's a bulletin being flashed on all Communinet frequencies.
Put it through.
This is Chome Communinet 1 with an emergency bulletin. At 21 local time, Carthag officials announced the death of famed gladiator Argus Ver. Further reports indicate widespread unrest throughout the city, as well as full-scale rioting. And the curfew is now in effect. Let's advise now to...
I am surrounded by fools, darling. I'm not the drunken, slack-jawed apes cavorting just beyond. No, the fools I remember, dead-eyed imposters within my own organization. These so-called authorities that have, for some unknown reason, called curfew. The streets clear. Two orders that I, as the High Prefect of Carthag, with the most complete knowledge of our forces' capabilities, would submit. We have no bloody hope in hell of enforcement. Two orders that will, in the end, only serve to incite the drunken mob more, if not compel them to violence.
Darling, the girls are afraid.
Listen, girls, this is a Series 7 armored ground car. Same vehicle used in the Emperor's own livery. The Series 7 is renowned throughout the Imperium for its immense...
The security has been overwhelmed, sir. The surrounding precincts are pulling back as well. Word is, this is escalating into a full-scale revolt.
Darling, if we don't survive this, I want you to know, I hate your entire family.
Father!
Whatever happened to set this off? Oh, you can be sure there's a Harkonnen at the bottom of it.
Actually, sir, reports are coming in attributing both the alcohol and death of Argus Fear to a rogue smuggler and her crew. Still, I suggest we withdraw to the residence until the situation is secure.
Yes, Davros, get us out of here.
Sir, do you mean...
Yes, Davros. Engage the battering ram.
Very good, sir. Now would be a good time to ensure all your safety harnesses are well fastened. It gets quite bumpy at ramming speed.
This is your master inspirator with the daily motivational. Today, we must remember when you live with purpose, hard work isn't an option. It's a necessity.
A seasoned crew traitor is missing from an iconic harvester, and nothing is as it seems. In this tale of intrigue, betrayal, and deadly ambition, the sands of Arrakis hide many secrets. Join us now as we begin to unravel the dark and mysterious truth behind the disappearance of Crew Chief Jarek Thorne. It's Death on the Titan, Episode 1, Eye of the Storm.
It was my first time on the Sand Titan, but I knew it well. Everyone did. It was the last of the old Venport Demeter 4 super harvesters. A 6-deck factory harvester with a rebuilt Dyrmidium centrifuge. Become more well-worn constituent parts. The Sand Titan had become a symbol for the Spice Miners Guild itself. Its silhouette was a well-known and comforting sight upon the dunes. But I wasn't there for the tour. I'd followed a long and circuitous route from Transport Thopter to Transport Thopter as I worked my way into the deep desert where the Sand Titan roamed. As a senior ombudsman for the Spice Miners Guild, it was my job to solve problems and make sure that the spice kept flowing. The spice wasn't flowing, though. The Sand Titan had been pinned down between two storm fronts and had gone dark for almost a week. That, in itself, wasn't unusual. The deep desert was known to be a chaotic and violent wasteland with rapidly shifting weather patterns, amongst other palpable dangers. No, the unusual part was the content of a secure transmission from the Titan's command deck. It turns out there'd been a suspicious death on the Great Harvester, and the crew was paralyzed with anger and fear. Unfortunately, anger and fear are bad for production. So I was ordered out of my comfortable existence in Arrakeen to find the Sand Titan and make things right. As the last leg of my fragmented journey neared its completion, I examined Chief Thorne's guild record once more. Chief Thorne was a man of discipline and was well regarded by his crew. By all accounts, Thorne wasn't one to shirk his responsibilities or fail in his duties. No, in fact, Thorne had never even been late for a single shift until that fateful night. My first interviews were with the tool pushers assigned to Thorne's shift
He just didn't show up.
I knew right away something was wrong, so I went down to check his cabin, but he wasn't there.
We were between two Coriolis fronts at the time, so we were running dark.
That means we were operating mechanical only. All electronic systems have to be shut down. Yeah, to protect against the heavy electromagnetic interference generated by the storms.
Anyhow, like I said, we were running dark. Which means all holocams were offline. We had no quick way of finding them.
Yeah, the Titan's a massive beast.
So, what did you do?
We did it the slow way. Searched everywhere from the top down.
That's the command deck, the mess, the crew deck, the crew lounges, the intake deck, the processing deck, the storage racks, shaft disposal.
We even suited up and checked the flight deck.
No easy feat in the edge of two hard-charging Coriolis fronts.
And what did you find?
Nothing. No one had seen Thorne anywhere.
It was like he vanished in thin air.
Hours passed as the crew's anxiety grew with each tick of the clock. Then, in the early morning light, shift supervisor Lena Orlov made a gruesome discovery.
I found him. What was left of him, anyway. His body had been pulverized in the separator. I only knew it was him from the clotted tuft of blonde hair mixed into the stew of blood and bone.
Crew Chief Thorne was dead. That was for certain. And the circumstances of his death were anything but clear. But what might have been written off as an accident at first soon began to look more and more suspicious.
This isn't supposed to be possible. The mechanical separator had a failsafe built in. A dead man's switch to prevent this very thing from happening. Someone had to deliberately override that and multiple other safety features to cause this.
At that point, Captain Andahar Noah, the Sand Titan's capable leader, sent his call for help before launching his own investigation. And among the crew, one name quickly rose to the surface. Deckhand Rico Marr. After an anonymous report, Rico had been investigated for skimming unprocessed spice, an offense that led to a heated confrontation with Crew Chief Thorne. Tell me,
Welcome, noble listeners of House Atreides, to another poignant episode of Through Their Eyes. Today, we bring you the story of Sergeant Creel, a decorated member of the Second Desert Expeditionary Force who has faced the horrors of war firsthand. As we delve into his experiences, we honor the bravery and sacrifices of our troops.
Sergeant Creel, thank you for joining us today. Can you start by telling us about your involvement in the operation at Dejum Wadi?
Of course, we're operational in the deep desert, so when scouting came back with reports of a Harkonnen placement at Dejum Wadi, well, that was a serious provocation.
What happened at Dejum Wadi?
Like I said, we own the deep desert, so when word got back to us of a Harkonnen bastion being raised, the commanders knew what to do. 7 different cohorts, including the 5th Mesa Infantry and Gurney Zone, were simultaneously deployed in a coordinated attack. Full operation. The Hark defenders much more efficient than we're used to.
And yet, you and your fellow soldiers managed to execute the mission with surgical precision. Can you share a specific moment from that operation that stands out in your memory?
There was this one moment, I guess. The Hark bastion was still only half built when we'd taken out a group of engineers, but we were spotted by a fortified lasgun position from the finished part of the bastion and pinned down. They were really tearing us apart. But somehow, we managed to get behind them through the half-built works. I remember crawling through the blood-stained sand and rubble. The smell of death and fried ozone thick on the air. When we finally took out that position, it felt like a small ceaseless ocean of despair.
Your bravery is truly inspiring. As the operation continued, what kept you and your fellow soldiers going?
Duty, honor, the things they drill into you from day one. The example set by the fearless men of Gurney Zone. But honestly, in the end, it's all about the man next to you. It's him you fight for, to keep him alive. It's about grand ideals anymore. It's about survival.
House Atreides prides itself on its moral high ground and honorable conduct. How did the principles of Canley and the Great Convention hold up under the extreme conditions of battle?
Canley? That's for fancy folks with fashion and pressed uniforms. For us, the reality of war changes people. You never thought you would. I remember one night, I took out a hard listening station, seeing my comrades picking through the carnage. Lots of Harkonnen survivors. They seemed different somehow. As if the brutality of the war had drained all humanity out of them. I even remember...
Sergeant Creel, it's clear that the emotional toll is heavy. Perhaps focus more on the moments of camaraderie and hope that you experienced during these dark times.
What? No. Yeah, I mean, there are moments, sure, but... like, between missions, people share stories, laugh about the little things. Anything to keep the darkness at bay. But those moments are fleeting. The reality of what we have to do is always there, lurking in the background.
And during the shield wall operation, what was the state of your unit at that point?
It was pretty chaotic. At that point, we were exhausted, barely holding on. More than half the unit was replacements by then. Young, inexperienced kids, really. Just hanging on by the skin of their teeth. And the Harkonnens had good intel. Somehow knew about most of our operations beforehand. I lost more friends in those days than I can count. And we were just trying to stay alive, you know? Mission by mission, but... really... what was the point of it all?
Sergeant Creel, I'm sure at least you find some solace in knowing that your courage and sacrifice will never be forgotten. Can you share with us the impact your involvement in these operations has had on you personally?
I mostly just remember the faces, the screams, the loss. I mean, I love the successes, the victories, but so damn hard.
Your service and dedication to House Atreides are deeply appreciated. We thank you for sharing your story with us.
Yeah, thank you. I just hope it was worth it.
And that concludes our interview with Sergeant Atreides. His story is a stark reminder of the sacrifices made by our brave special forces. Let us honor their sacrifices and strive for a future where this can finally end and the Harkonnens are eradicated from all of Arrakis.
You have listened to another episode of Through Their Eyes, first-hand accounts from the front lines, presented by your host, Redondo Monroe.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching. Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
In twilight's glow where shadows meet, a warrior stands on weary feet. His sword, once bright, now dulled with strife, reflects the toll of countless lives. Oh, fate, you've carved this path of pain, through deserts vast, through blood and rain. Yet honor binds my heart tonight, for House Atreides I still fight. Remember those who fell in courage in their own shields, their names engraved in stars above, their deeds the legacy of love. In silence, now I take my leave, for battles end, and souls must grieve. But know this truth, my comrades dear, in every heart we still stand near. Oh, house of just and noble name, we've lit the stars with honor's flame. And though my journey's end is near, House Atreides, shed no tear. For in the halls where heroes rest, where valor shines, where hearts are blessed, we'll meet again in timeless peace. When all our pains and trials cease. In twilight's glow where shadows meet, a warrior stands on weary feet. His sword, once bright, now dull with strife, reflects the toll of countless lives. Oh, fate, you've carved this path of pain, through deserts vast, through blood and rain. Yet honor binds my heart tonight, for House Atreides I still fight. Remember those who fell in fields, whose courage were their only shields. Their names engraved in stars above, their deeds the legacy of love. In silence, now I take my leave, for battles end, and souls must grieve. But know Know this truth, my comrades dear. In every heart we still stand near. Oh, house of just and noble name, we've lit the stars with honest flame. And though my journey's end is near, I'll shed no tear. For in the halls where heroes rest, where valor shines, where hearts are blessed, we'll meet again in timeless peace, where all our pains and trials cease. Powerful words that remind us of the courage and resolve that lives in every Atreides heart.
Of Rendavo. Rendavo's father was a sergeant, old and bent and grey. He served the Duke in '88, back in a bygone day. He lived out in the desert and scraped his meager fare, with children 9 around him and Ren, the youngest there. The older son left for them, but Ren was left about. He was tall, but short of wisdom, and grew up broad and stout. Pious, cheerful, willing, yet he seldom did things right. What will become of you, poor boy? His father asked each night. And finally, Ren answered, a soldier, sword in hand. If all else fails, at least I can still die for Duke and land. Ren packed his bag and went to join the brave Atreides troop. Strong and fit, and healthy too, he was welcomed in the group. But when he had to master drills and learn the skills of war, the sergeant screamed and laughed and screamed still more. For when ordered to turn left, Ren would quickly turn to right, and told to shoulder arms instead, he charged with all his might. Rendavo's drills and troubles became a well-known tale. Even famous Duncan Idaho would smile at his travail. And when at last Ren's unit was ordered off to war, the officers debated, was he suited for that chore? But Ren just let them argue. He stood there, broad and straight. If with the others I can't go, I'll go alone. Just wait. He took his sword and backpack and marched out with the rest. At camp he was their servant, fulfilling each request. But when the battles raged, he was ordered to stand back. He didn't understand when to take cover or attack. Duncan Idaho was on the run. Rendavo's unit shouting, "Boys, you watch our backs. Don't let the devils through the gorge or all of us are lost." guard it until we regroup. Keep it safe at any cost. A small detachment made up but of barely 20 men got there in time to make their stand along with them in Ren. The Harkonnen fell on them hard, their lasguns raining death. And 7 brave Atreides men gave up their costly breath. The same disastrous fate would soon befall all those who'd stay. So when ordered to retreat, they all retreated straight away. All but one stayed to fight and charged the foes instead. Ren couldn't get the notion of flight through his stubborn head. He just stood there, firm and strong, and ready now to teach a lesson to each Harkonnen who came within his reach. At the choke point in the gully, they all each took a turn, but without lasgun cover. One by one, were forced to learn. They charged the Ren, but each who came was fought and bested all the same. None could beat them at this game, for Atreides' honor, house, and name. Duncan Idaho had rallied all the troops that still were hale. He shouted, "Hold out, my brave lad, we're coming, do not fail." He told all who would hear him, watch a true Atreides fight. Hurry, boys, come to his aid, he has saved us all tonight. Against that fearsome counter-strike, no Harkonnen could hold. They faltered, failed, and turned their backs, a rare sight to behold. Their faces pale, their weapons dropped behind them as they ran. And Duncan looked around and asked, "Where is that fearless man? He who held the gully until we could all return, that hero of the desert. His name I must needs learn." "He has fallen," said the sergeant, his head bowed down in shame. "He lies there dead upon the sand. Rendavo was his name." "I remember him," said Idaho, of Ren who'd seemed to rest, but for the blood that stained the shirt across his mighty chest. That lasgun knew just where to strike, as plainly you could see. Said Idaho to those around, "Yes, it knew more than we." It shunned his brow. 'Twas weak and poor, that much all of us knew. But found instead what better was his heart, forever true. The word spread quick among all those who had survived the fight. And every soldier did agree Duncan Idaho was right. Rendavo was no thinker. His mind slow, truth be told. His head, they said, was thick as wood, but his heart was made of gold.
It's the Wastelander Chronicles, brought to you by O'Gary's Imports. O'Gary's Imports. If you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it. Join us now as we journey to the blistering sands of Arrakis, where we follow the adventures of the O'Gary clan, a pioneering family of salvage experts, as they scour war-torn battlefields and crash sites to discover their next great haul.
Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to the Wastelander Chronicles. I'm your Badland Scout, Sally O'Gary, back with another wild adventure. After that scary encounter with the Masquerade, we got our hands on that super mysterious map. Dad was all over it, trying to figure out where it led. Normally, he would take it over to his Mentat friend at the Seleucid Bull. I used to think Master Chin was scary when I was little. The way he got that faraway look in his eye when he did his computing. Master Chin would have taken one look, and before you got a word out, he'd have done a sector-by-sector comparison of the map with known topography. But in this case, Dad didn't want anyone knowing the secrets of the map before he did.
I'll figure it out myself.
Mom said he was being a paranoid old fool, but what should have taken 30 seconds took 2 days. And don't you know it, 2 days later, we found ourselves piling in the Clovis, our 16th homeland master, and set a course for the Haga Basin. Once we were underway, Dad unfolded the map and pointed to a marking that looked like an angry beetle.
This is our destination, kids. Remember that old Empire facility we found a few weeks back? It was a maintenance facility. You know, a bunch of tool pushers they kept around to fix stuff for the eggheads. I guess the scientists can tell you how much a pound of worm shit weighs, but put them all together in a room and they still can't turn a screw to save their lives. Anyhow, in the documentation we recovered, we found an inventory roll listing some of the other testing stations by number and field of study. Testing Station 29 studied plants, while 36 studied weather. Station 91, though, they studied bugs. Just like this ugly little sucker we're headed towards.
Boy, was that journey rough. Mom said it was a bad time of year to be traveling, and the sandstorms were relentless. Visibility was almost nothing, and sometimes my little brother Koda and I had to get out and walk ahead of Clovis to make sure we didn't drive off a cliff. Eventually, we arrived at the sector indicated on the map, and we hid Clovis away, where she would be safe. As usual, Kodo and I took the point and went ahead of our group. I won't lie, Leslie settled that mission with a crazy nightmare. Before we left Clovis, I made the harebrained decision to break in and hand it down still suit that didn't fit right. I was in rare form and fit for time when we finally came upon the massive portal in the rock. By then, we'd been to enough of these old testing stations to know one when we saw it. The oversized doors were slightly open, but peering in, we could only see darkness. Koda was immediately apprehensive.
Reading a lot of foot traffic, Sally. I'm not sure how lost this old testing station really is.
Of course, that's when Dad and the rest of the family arrived.
I knew it!
Keep it down, Finn.
I knew it! You said I was a fool. You said I'd lead us into an ambush.
The night is young.
Ignore your petulant mother, kids. We go in wedge formation. After me.
We squeezed through the narrow aperture with ease, but quickly found our way blocked by a massive pit of darkness. After we recalibrated our optics for low light, we found a narrow ramp that wound down to the gaping shaft. I forgot all about my chafing as we descended into the darkness. I hated the feeling in there, the lonely, oppressive atmosphere that long-abandoned places had in common. But the spell was quickly broken when a Harkonnen fire team floated on the center of the shaft from above. We flattened ourselves against the wall and kept out of their lights as the noisy and oblivious troopers floated past.
You know that bloody city will never be finished.
The beast is a fool. One day the Baron is going to come here and see where all his Solaris went.
You don't want to be around when that happens.
And why is it you don't want that?
You haven't met the Baron yet, have you, boy?
Damn it, Finn. This is the temptation. The Harkonnen invasion.
Can we both?
I told you the night was young.
So, what do we do now?
This place is huge. And we came this far. on high alert and check it out.
We couldn't risk getting caught, so we stuck to the shadows and moved as quietly as we could. Mom was right. This place was huge, with tunnels going off in every direction. We saw rooms full of weird machinery and old tech, stuff I'd never seen before. But oddly, no bugs or insects of any kind.
There were never any bugs, Sally. I think the symbol on the map indicates not bugs.
Well, the helmets are kind of bug-shaped to look at.
That's when we heard footsteps and ducked into a side room just in time. Peeking out, we saw a group of Harkonnen troopers march past. We didn't know how many there were in total, but any kind of combat would have brought the whole base down on us. My heart was pounding so hard, I was sure they'd hear it. After they were gone, the spirit of adventure had left us, and we resolved to get out of there as fast as we could. Koda and I really wanted to kill the Harkonnen, but Mom told us it wasn't our time yet. We'd get our chance one day. But boy was she wrong, as we came face to face with the Harkonnen captain at the top of the ramp. Our daggers were already in hand. As I went high, Koda went low. Eyes and thighs, we called it, as we practiced the move so many times. And that's how we killed our first Harkonnen. Koda took an ear for his collection and offered to help me start my own. But, ew. I told Koda no way. Once we made it back to Clovis, Dad sealed the hatch behind us as Mom brought her great engine to life. After we got back to Arakim, Dad met his friend, Master Chief, and shared our findings. While we didn't score any keys to salvage on the trip, Dad did receive a reward from the Atreides for providing them with actionable intelligence on the Harkonnen base. Apparently the location of that particular base had troubled them for a while. Last we heard, Gurney Halleck was on his way there with a heavy assault team. With that said, Atreides days are back at a very import.
That's right, Sally. Discounts across the board if you serve the Duke and can prove it. Come find us on the Agora Concourse at the Grand Souk in Arakim. Because at O'Gary's Imports, if you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it.
Thanks, Dad. Until next time, this is your faithful Badland Scout, Sally O'Gary, signing off and reminding you to always check your six. And come back next time for another episode of the Wastelander Chronicles.
Stories to another exciting episode of Swordsman. But first, let's kick things off with some sonorous sounds for your listening pleasure. You're listening to Vox Atreides, the voice of the Duke. Watch out!
Stalks the land, and corruption threatens to extinguish the last light of hope. A wanderer with no instinct for any but truth and justice. He stands as a beacon in the darkness. He stands for those who cannot stand for themselves. He is the last.
Die!
Episode 2. Plains of Jericho with the renegade Hiram Zir, the swordsman finds passage to the Delta Amaranth system in the far reaches of the Trinary Cluster.
Are you sure you wish to disembark here, of all places, swordsman? Amaranth 3 is a remote mining world of little import. No highliner is due to pass this way again for some time.
That sure kills me.
But your supply freighter leaves within an hour. I have arranged your conveyance to the surface. Very well, swordsman.
Kill me! I beg of thee! Slay me where I stand! I cannot go back to Lord Varric!
What house governs this world, boy?
For many thousands of years, this stewardship of Amaranth 3 fell to a house minor with allegiances to the great house Waku.
Waku is no more. Their systems were purged in the Third Coalsack War. Their holdings forfeit to the Spacing Guild.
As you say, Sirrah.
The boy speaks the truth, Lord. It's been 6 or so centuries now.
And the Guild has not assumed control? This world must be in a ledger somewhere.
Well, the Highliner comes like clockwork. We get supplied, and then they're gone again. To wherever Highliners go. We just figure they forgot about us.
Who is this Lord Varric?
Born a slave like his father before him. The Varrics took control when it became clear we were forgotten.
Reloading weapon!
I don't know what they'll do.
Take me to the slave called Varric. Justice will be served.
Who dares enter my hall unbidden?
I dare, Mala. You claim a soul that is not your own. For that, I claim life.
Oh, you? What is your name, stranger? I would know what to mark upon your grave.
I am the swordsman.
Guards, don't just stand there. Get him!
Shield activated!
The remnants scattered. 6 to 1. Strike him. They only have to maneuver him onto that trap
door. Goodbye, swordsman!
Save your breath, stranger. You took a brutal beating on the way down. Most do not survive. I am Rodrigo. He is no Lord. Distinction many here would appreciate. What else is a lord if not a title claimed by force?
Shield activated. Section 437 through 441 of the Great Convention. It's a covenant, as old as the Imperium itself.
Ah, but tell me then, stranger, the ones who established your covenant, how is it they not by force? How is it they are legitimate and the big Varric is not?
You tire me, old man.
Well, at least we agree that Varric is a pig. Rest now, stranger. You'll need your strength for what is ahead.
Damn it, I ordered that hit. Can he walk?
Can you walk, stranger? Our last true governor had the unshakable fear that the people would rise against him and throw him down here. I helped to build this secret exit to ease his paranoia.
Did it?
Yes. Until House Waco fell. Then the people turned on him and threw him down here.
But he escaped through a secret exit.
No. He landed badly and died soon after. But we will escape from his secret exit. This is my daughter, Gina. She will lead us to safety.
What about Varric?
As far as Varric is concerned, you're already dead or dying. No one has ever come back from this place. Easy now, swordsman. I've tended to your wounds.
Thank you, both.
My father was a draftsman in the Imperial Engineering Guild and helped to build this humble colony.
Armor 3 isn't much, stranger, but we are self-sustaining. And the Guild will remember us one day. We were doing just fine until Varric's grandfather took over.
Lord Varric is just the latest in a long line of assholes.
We have seen too many good men fall on trenches again.
There are enough of you. Why not fight back together?
The fear of death, I suppose. The land here is harsh. The work grueling. Without our men, our families would starve.
Fear is a powerful chain, stranger.
A chain we will break together. Send word to the villagers. It's time to end this. Colonists, you've lived in fear of Varric's rule for too long. He is a vile pretender, and order must be restored.
But how can we do this, stranger? We are not an army!
Remember yourselves. You are Imperial peons, with all the rights and protections that station implies.
But who will stand for us? We've been waiting on the Spacing Guild for over 300 years!
I will stand for you, and you will stand for yourselves.
But how?
I will train you, after I have forged a new sword. It's time. Today we break the chains of bondage. Today, we fight! We've gone over the plan. When next we meet, it will be over the body of the dead slave called Varric.
So then I told the farmer, if you cannot pay your proper tribute, perhaps your comely young daughter can pay it for you.
Slave Lord Varric, your false reign ends now.
You? But how? Guards, get him!
He has rallied all the peasants against us!
They
fight like demons. The stranger must have trained them.
Face me, Varric. I will take care of the stranger myself. The tyrant has fallen. You have won your freedom.
But... No! Father!
Your father fought bravely, Gina. His sacrifice was not in vain.
Thank you, swordsman. You've saved us, but... I've lost my father in the bargain.
His spirit lives on in the freedom you now share. Freedom to serve your proper masters, the Spacing Guild, who will undoubtedly return soon to claim you all.
But what do we do until then?
Hunger and disunity may come, but you must remain steadfast in your duties, and the honor of that will sustain you. Remember, a righteous heart is never truly empty.
You're right, swordsman. Is there any way we can repay you?
Setting things right is payment enough. And now, I must move on.
I'll never forget you, swordsman. Swordsman? Where did he go?
And so, the swordsman leaves another world better than he found it. Join us next time for another chapter in the saga of the Swordsman.
The warriors farewell. In twilight's glow, where shadows meet, a warrior stands on weary feet. His sword, once bright, now dulled with strife, reflects the toll of countless lives. Oh, fate, you've carved this path of pain through deserts vast, through blood and rain. Yet honor binds my heart tonight. For House Atreides, I still fight. Remember those who fell in fields whose courage were their only shields. Their names engraved in stars above. Their deeds, the legacy of love. In silence now, I take my leave. For battles end and souls must grieve. Know this truth, my comrades dear. In every heart, we still stand near. Oh, house of just and noble name, we've lit the stars with honor's flame. And though my journey's end is near, House Atreides, shed no tear. For in the halls where heroes rest, where valor shines, where hearts are blessed, we'll meet again in timeless peace, where all our pains and trials cease.
Go. Oh, wait a second. Who's that?
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Ski, we need a cargo pilot.
Always with you. It's Vox
You're saying I'm slow?
the voice of the Duke.
No, I'm saying we need more than one.
We're in the DD.
Yeah.
He's out there mining titanium. At the base, way in the back.
I just see a assault Harko take off.
Yeah, I was out there at the spice field. Somebody was shooting him. He killed me, but he ain't blow my plane up.
Oh, there's Gil. And there's another 4 right up there. So this one spot had, I don't know, 10, 12.
Enemy. Let me unload my haul of junk.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Moving out.
So you want me to fly to like the little base?
Yeah, I too.
Coming in right at you, Q.
Yep, base is full. I shouldn't say full, but it's got storage with it in it.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to join y'all siege for
We could take it out to the Delta 4 base.
Is this his base right here?
Yep, that one right on top.
Oh, I can't even see it. Let me see what I have after.
The Harkos must have took most of the respawn.
I don't have any access to these containers.
Alright.
Are you here? Can you, yeah, if you can load up the stall.
I will go and fix that right now.
Alright.
Actually, we shouldn't need 3 of us doing it. He took most of it in one shot.
Yeah, but if somebody else wants to come out, we still got to get it all the way back from the middle base. I've got a bunch of stuff there.
Yeah, everybody. The other guys go to Delta 4. There's probably a 1 scout load, maybe just over that left here.
Yeah, but if you're still mining, that means we still need to bring stuff out.
The respawns right now are gone. There was a Harko assault here scooping stuff up.
So did you guys come up with a plan yesterday for the next time we do this ops?
They're working on training the people right now. As far as aerial combat, because they sucked at it.
Well, they also, everybody just ran in, and as soon as we hit combat, everybody scattered instead of staying together.
They clearly didn't want to play Eve.
Yeah. Because I mean, we should send a couple assaults with rockets in the middle to draw the fire, and everybody else come around the side and just literally stay together.
Yeah, the easy answer is get better with rockets, and then get better with tactics.
Yeah. How are we looking on our carrier?
I think we're getting close with the spice.
How much spice do we need for the carrier?
I didn't know. I was hoping for 1,000. You can fly that assault pretty good.
Do it, man. I took this through, what, 3 battles this weekend, and took a couple hits, but I never got shot down.
You just didn't have enough people shooting at you. That's what it is.
Who joined us?
I did. No Mac.
How's it going?
Tired.
Want to work on the building last week or this morning?
No, not yet. I'm gonna go out in a little bit and do some stuff. I'm just tired from pressure washing the house and doing the yard yesterday.
Woodus, you're echoing everybody.
I'm sorry. How's that? Better?
Yeah, you're good. I could hear everybody after they said something.
What are y'all doing?
Carrying crap back to main base from Delta 4. We probably actually need a load of Stravidium to take care of all this titanium.
I have some Stravidium at Delta 4. Not a ton, but I was able to get some. There was some Stravidium on the way out that titanium I saw.
Right, the one sector to the south of it has it.
Yep.
I'll be right back. I gotta check on my kid. Which one?
Told you. At the Delta base.
Got it.
Yep. 4 or 5 full loads. There's also 100 melange there, or 110 melange or something like that. I got enough to make a run last night. I used some to build a couple things, but the rest is back for the guild.
So, what am I moving?
All resources from Delta 4 to main base.
Is the storm coming in soon?
Not tonight, but we want to start getting that stuff processed before we lose the 25% bonus.
Oh, from Landsrad?
Mm-hmm. That ends in 11 hours.
I can bring my medium out and make a trip before our food gets here.
Appreciate it.
Need to retire and go outside again into the sunshine.
Touch the grass.
I touch the grass every fucking day. We've had a lot of work in our backyard. It's been a mud pit for about 6 months, and now that everything's done, I'm trying to get grass to grow.
Plus, the dogs bring in the grass every day for you.
The dogs bring in the mud. That's part of the reason why I'm trying to get the grass to grow. Goldies are like pigs. They will wallow in mud.
Gotta put in that fake turf, then you don't have to worry about it.
Nah.
No mowing, no bugs.
I like mowing the grass. I like lawn care.
You need to build a square building out of cement in a parking lot, and then you don't have anything to worry about. No windows, just one door.
I have a friend, well, it's a couple. They bought a townhouse specifically because their front yard is like 25 square feet. He hates yard work.
I like yard work, as long as it's not expensive yard work.
I
gotta put in
yard work as long as it doesn't take me long to take care of it.
I just noticed I can't even move nothing unless I join y'all siege right fast.
Oh yeah.
We gotta get you moved over. You can have your own base still, but because I know you want to do your streamer thing, but at least onto the same siege would be nice.
I moved everything over. I just took off all my armor and set my respawn points at old base, old siege, new base, new siege. Grab your stuff. Jump sieges, you respawn in Haga Basin south. Eat yourself off the edge, die, respawn at your new base, unload your stuff. It was tedious, but
As a one-time project.
yeah, I'm never jumping sieges like that again.
And it might be better to tag team it with somebody in the deep desert. Said you can use an assault and take it to the deep desert, at least then it's a larger load.
So I was flying across, and I found that eating yourself off and death spawning was a faster process. I actually hit the log out grace period doing it that way, where you'd have to wait before you could log in. Had to wait 30 seconds before you could log back in.
I guess it depends on where your base was. If it's in the middle of Haga Base and you gotta fly to the edge, yeah, that's a pain.
How many people are out there right now? Do I need to bring back another assault? Is there enough stuff?
Yes.
Yeah,
Hold on, I
a
toured
big
a
plane would definitely be needed, from what I seen.
No, to Delta 4. Because
Delta
Dustin's
4,
going to
yes,
have to
definitely
make it.
bring assault.
Let me repair up real quick.
Just validating, but I think I have everything out of the I-2 base. Yep, I-2 is cleared out. I don't know how we did it, Gil, but it's a perfect full load.
For that. It just means that it was meant to be. Where's the damn thrusters?
Oh, another thing that the acolytes need to do before they take that carrier anywhere, I noticed it doesn't have boosters. Carrier without boosters is kind of a dead bird.
Yeah.
Shit. Shit.
Storm incoming on our main base. Never mind, it's flying just out.
Yeah, that's why I was in panic mode.
The base that they built next to ours is not a bad little design though. It's compact. It lets them fit a ton of vehicles in there.
Yeah, they did a good job there, that Delta 4 base.
I have to take a screenshot so I can build that for.
I think Drake was also looking at helping out with that, so. I don't know what your timeline is as far as when you can have it up and when it comes down kind of thing.
Yeah, so when would you have to? When's the earliest you can put it up, and when's the latest you can pull it down?
Do you have the planet.io webpage?
Planet.io?
Or not IO, it's planetologist.app. So it's a webpage.
Planetologist.app?
Yep. I'm sure I've posted it in the tips and tricks before. Yeah, I did post it in the hints and tips.
So it hits in one day in 20 hours. So Monday
Tuesday.
night, Tuesday morning. Monday night, you have to pull it down.
Right.
And Tuesday morning, you'd have to put it up.
We're shooting for that same kind of Delta 4, Delta 5 region, right in the middle of the map somewhere. That way, no matter what we're doing, it's still a good midway point.
What time Tuesday morning is the earliest you can get out there?
I don't know when the Borealis ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as that Alkalites base, I did help them design it a little bit. They gave me build rights there, so I can help them out. Still got people running loads.
Yeah, there's still a bunch out there. There's still a couple thousand spice and a whole bunch of stravidium and a decent amount of titanium. I just filled up on.
I just hit y'all siege. I'm headed to the DD right now.
I've got 66K spice come on me, bringing it back.
Okay, we were far lower on stravidium than I thought. I can spin up like 2 plastanium.
I just spun up 13, and yeah, but there's a ton of stravidium out there. We just need to get it back.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever hits it next. But I think there's still like 2K of spice as well. I think at least 3 stacks of stravidium I saw.
I'm in the air heading that way.
So I kind of want to go to Bojangles. Mike South boss. Somebody just been blowing people hornies up down there, motherfuckers. 3 of them. Hornies laying on the ground.
Don't mess with that.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with it. It's three. It's 3 of them.
It's a glitch.
One of them must be yours, huh?
Down there yesterday.
One of them hornies yours?
Nope. We almost had an assault stuck down there yesterday. We finagled it. We convinced it otherwise.
Coming in hot.
Sandstorm northwest.
Should be good as long as I'm in this, right?
Yep. You can make it out in the scout still, if you're running south.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
You know about the drop-down menu, right?
Holy
To
shit.
transfer.
Goddamn. I'm glad. Ah, don't tell nobody, bro. Don't tell nobody.
Tell anybody what?
Don't tell them nothing. Oh shit, dude. I was just going at it. I was locked in too.
Dude, he's running the Stairmaster over here. Trying to fill his horny.
How much is left out there?
There's a good chunk left. Probably one
Okay.
assault load, maybe.
I'm on my way in right now.
Okay.
I am
Well, let me-
right at. I'm 200 meters away, but the storm hit.
Yeah, it just knocked the power out.
Woo! I made it out just in time then. Well, then it's probably not an assault load if there's 3 other guys out there.
Well, I'm just now zoning in.
We got 794 spice. Oh shit, a
Sector
shit ton
weather
of
alert.
rockets.
A large sandstorm is approaching.
We got 500 titanium. Well, about 900
As I
titanium.
say, total all the volume. It's easier to work in volume because we know how much volume the Ornies hold. My wings are about to fall off. Yeah, they got 9% left. We're good.
We got like 1400 titanium.
Volume?
Yeah.
So maybe we will have an assault load, even with everybody going out there. Because we got random other stuff as well.
I done grabbed majority of the titanium, but we got like 1200.
Looks like there was a minor spice blow way out there.
right here.
It was a minor one. Is that sandstorm coming or going?
How's it going? Or did it hit us?
Okay, just barely going away.
What's the best point of entry on Haga Basin for the base?
12 o'clock.
Top dead center.
When you zone in, and you basically land in the base. It's that close.
Nice.
Look for the two glowing doors above each other. One above the other.
After the excitement died down, we carefully extracted as much as we could carry, making sure to document everything for later study. It was our most successful expedition yet. Back at our shop, we spent days cataloging and cleaning our finds, preparing them for sale. And that's where you come in, dear listeners.
That's right, Sally. At O'Gary's Imports, it's our Old Empire extravaganza. And you won't believe our prices. We have
trade with you.
we have anti-induction modules, we have cobalt-tipped frams, we have articulated John doors for men and women. Come find us on the Agora Concourse of the Grand Souk in Arakeen. Because at O'Gary's Imports, if you want it, we
That
have
was
it.
from what I processed earlier.
We'll get it.
So.
Thanks, Dad.
Beautiful.
Until
Thank
next time, this is
Yep.
your faithful Badland Scout, Sally O'Gary, signing off and reminding you to always check your six. And come back next time for another episode of the
Alright, we
Wastelander
brought
Chronicles.
back enough Stravidium for about 300 plastanium, so we need more Stravidium.
So I just spun up, and there's a good amount still in there. Yeah, so we're at 40. We need 3K more to run another 200.
We're about 1,500 short then for making another spin up.
Yeah, but I may jump on.
Right now.
That was with the 600 that you have.
Oh, no, you're talking about the actual process stuff, okay.
Budos, I stole your spice.
Okay.
I know you.
I figured you'd be the only one that could.
What do we have left? There's no more machines to build, right? We got all that done. It's just a matter of building the carrier.
Correct.
and then it kind of opens up to split the spice with the guild.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, do you want me to start tearing down these storage chests?
No, they can stay there. Just make sure they're empty. I mean, we got almost 2 days, day and a half worth of stuff we can use it for yet. And honestly, we only lose some aluminum and silicone blocks if it doesn't get picked up completely.
There's 2 storage boxes, assault storage boxes. I'll go and
Yeah,
put those back.
if you can bring those back, what I think is mine.
The idea is to have that base empty so that if the sandstorm hits it, we don't really lose anything.
Well, can I claim 1,000 rockets?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
So we have some stones, some salvage metal, 8 fuel cells, and some welding wire.
Yeah, that can stay there.
And I left 2 decaliters. One of them mostly full. The other one's has a little bit left, so we do have more emergency water and a couple of Mark IV heal kits.
That works.
And she put me right next to the base. It's crazy.
He was in awe with where the entry point is compared to our base.
Thank you.
Hey, now. You may have built it and put a lot of the work into it, but I logistically put it here.
Where we putting the raw materials?
Like what?
It was a group
Actually, you know what? There was a... Just put it in this big container upstairs, right in the air hangar, and that's kind of the drop box for the airplanes, I guess, for now.
12 o'clock.
Until you guys, you know, get used to the base, where stuff is.
So
just
all the
drop it
raw
all in there.
material out the base? Did he?
Yeah.
Alright. So only thing left is rockets?
Delta 4 is empty.
Delta 4 is now empty.
So you took the rockets out?
There's
There
rockets
weren't any
upstairs.
there. I think Gil already grabbed them.
No, it was some in that first container at the very bottom. If you scroll all the way down.
Did you already leave that base, Gil? Or, what else?
Yeah.
I have a shit ton of titanium.
I did not see any.
Somebody can make a run. Ski, why don't you just make a run, see if they're out there. Otherwise, there's rockets in this container right here where I'm jumping.
Was D4 empty then? Or need to go back?
Waiting on... Yeah. Waiting on confirmation, but early reports say that it's empty. Check my kids real quick, and then I'll do the math on how much we need for the carrier and crawler. Bodies. We need bodies. Water. Be right back.
Get that steak, egg, and cheese biscuit.
I need a mathematics hit me like $6 and $7. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. 'Cause tomorrow I'm gonna try to not eat for 7 days. See, can I pull that off?
It's a bit harsh on the keto.
I did that one time in SEER training when I was in the Army.
Oh.
Was it tough?
First 3 days are, but they keep us so occupied because it's like a training environment for a POW camp. So you don't really get a chance to think about food.
Facts.
I was 24. I was about 210 pounds, like 12% body fat. 7 days, I lost 30 pounds.
Cause lately, bro, I've been eating up a storm, dude, and it's not normal. Like I've been eating.
You pregnant?
That's no. Then I'm like, hold on, bro. I was like, I hope this lady ain't pregnant. She's like in her damn 40s.
Dustin, did you see Ryan's got a scratch shot with all the accessories? Saw him post it yesterday.
What's his
Looks.
ass?
He won't put it on there. You have to call him.
Fuck that dude.
I'm not in the. I just bought my last 10 back, so I'm not really in the market to pick that up. I'd rather buy it from Mike and give me a better price. They're clean though. They're really nice pictures.
check their website if you want it. If you can find it at one of the local stores, we'll go snatch it up before it gets gone.
No, man.
No, not you.
He's
Talking to Autumn.
Oh.
About a Catra doll from She-Ra.
No, I thought you were gonna buy me a scratch.
Fuck no. I'm not buying you no scratch. It ain't your birthday. Or Christmas. Or your funeral.
That's like a 20th anniversary present.
What's it, like 1,200, 1,500?
No, I think it's like, if everything's there, I think it's like $6 grand. Let me look. Yeah.
Yeah, I ate everything. Yeah, just to figure alone is $1 grand. Looks like complete's about $2 grand.
Are you sure it's legit?
Yeah. So there's quite a few offerings on eBay. There's 4 or 5 of them. They're between 1,800 and $2 grand. Wait, is it on card?
No.
Huh?
No.
Yeah, if it's loose, it's like $2 grand.
Complete. Might be time to buy that.
You got you rethinking.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I'm putting that cash that was in the DD over here.
Perfect, thank you.
That way I have a chest I can move around.
Yeah, it's on the side of the house.
If not, the scratch. Definitely the hot spot with the stuff, because I've got a hot spot.
I don't know whose cash that was, but it's yours now, or for the rent.
Let me message him.
Are you gonna ask him what his price is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, you could buy one right now for 1,800.
A hot spot?
No, a scratch.
Oh, scratch.
Between 1,800 and $2 grand is the current market. Offering 1,500. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I just bought my 10 bucks. But hotspots, another checkbox. That's the only one below, or that's scratch is the only one above hotspot. And I've got a nice hotspot. I know, but I don't have accessories.
Oh, you could probably just piecemeal that one at a time. They're gonna run from $100 to $200 per. I think the Hydra.
Yeah, they're not
200 or something. If it's got that.
I know the figure was around 300, 350, and the accessories were around the same. But if he'll run me a deal on both of them together, then I can just flip my hotspot.
Did he get a big turtle collection in?
I have no clue. Mike did. Mike got a huge turtle collection in.
Did he get a scratch?
Nope. He looked. He got about everything but. He even got ton of, and everything was on card. Ton of vintage stuff on card. That's where I bought mine. He even got some of the cereal bowls, some of the Giants.
The Giants in box?
Yes, not all of them, but some of them. He even got a couple of the troll dolls in box. Well, kind of boxy. Whatever. It's not really a box. More like a weird thing. So.
Very nice.
But about almost any vintage figure that was part of the normal run, it looks like he's got good amount of vehicles, no technodromes or anything, but a lot of the smaller vehicles still in box.
That's what you want anyway. You don't want those big
No.
box sets that take up a corner of your room.
But I guess he said he's not heading to Gen Con this year, so won't see him there.
Not surprising. The only reason he was there last year is because he had that dude's Magic the Gathering collection to sell.
Yeah, and he made a shit ton of money in an hour.
Yeah.
He sold most of it to that one vendor, from what I saw.
I bought the Harry Potter stuff from him.
Yeah, that stuff was pretty cool. And I said we got into a couple Lorcanas. I may look to see if any of the draft stuff opens, because that way we can, we can just go up and not have to bring anything and play and have fun.
Yeah, look for starter deck tournaments too. Those are fun.
Yes. Yep, that's another fun one.
Especially if you haven't bought anything from whatever set they're running the starter on.
Alright. Just ran the numbers on the requirement for color and carry. Just shy of 1,000.
1,000 ore or spice?
We have that already saved.
Say again? You said you're shy of 1,000 ore or 1,000 spice?
It costs 1,000 spice to make, and we already have that saved.
Okay. That's for the carrier.
And crawler.
Oh, okay. And what about ore?
I didn't do that yet, but I wanted to, hey, congratulations, we did it. We got the spice. We definitely need more ore. And we need more diamond dust. The diamondine dust. The stuff you get from the electric worm place.
Yep. definitely need to go copy that base so that we can, because they fit the carrier and the crawler in it, didn't they?
Yeah, but they extended it.
Yeah, that's a advanced sub piece.
Yeah, but then they put the staking units on it to make it bigger.
Okay. That's not too bad. You because it only costs scrap metal to do staking units now, right? And money.
Yeah,
And money. Yep.
15,000.
So you can try to play with it here in Haga Basin. I think there's a spot nearby the house that you can put it in advance down and try to get, the building that you want to fit everything without staking units. You can try.
I bet if you cheat in advance sub-fief up, then you can fit everything.
I'd probably agree to that. Just got to build it, blueprint it, and make sure it works, right?
That's where I need to be to do this mission.
Don't worry, I'm building a badger. A big giant badger for everybody to crawl out of.
That's buggy. If your belt breaks and you repair it while you're wearing it, you have to unequip it and re-equip it to get it to work again. Has anybody heard any plans from the devs about armor dummies or weapons walls where you can display things?
I think it's in one of the DLC that's coming. Some display stuff. It's all cosmetic. They talked to most of the stuff they said that's in the DLC is going to be cosmetic. Kind of like Conan. Conan.
Right.
They listed a couple of things.
I want to build an armory and have all the different still suits on display.
just queued up 350 plastinium ingots. Put a huge hit on our water, and we're out of bodies.
You want to run real quick, Q?
I actually have to get going. I got to get ready for a party this afternoon. But the water's real low. We need stravidium for more plastinium because we have the titanium now. We got 3,000 titanium, so that's 1,000 ingots. We just need the stravidium fiber to make it.
Okay.
So that's
Getting busy out there.
3,000 stravidium fibers to make the titanium that we have. And then the diamondine dust that you get out of the electric warm area. But yeah, I gotta go. Gotta get ready for a party.
Have fun.
Yay. It'll be a blast. I'm so excited about this party that I have to go to. It's a baby shower for my wife's friend.
Guys are going to the baby shower?
That's what I said. Anywho, later.
Later.
I'm back, guys.